All
You ready
right,
for me to
so
screen share?
let's do it. Well, let's just say hi really quick.
Okay.
And yeah, you can get your screen share ready. But I'm
Okay.
Maxine Drake. We have Michelle Valeri from
Yes.
Derma Holistic Pros, and we are literally bringing you fresh off the press, like the newest content, the hottest material ever. Like seriously, I'm so excited. I really get excited about topics and life changing or business changing elements that can just completely transform an esthetician's business model. Like
Absolutely.
like that.
Yes.
So I hope you guys are as excited as I am. And Michelle, go ahead and screen share and let's get going
Okay.
because
Awesome.
we have Tiffany. Hello, hello. I will man the chat box. You just do your thing. And so if you have questions along the way, don't be shy. Just type it in the chat box and we will make sure that you get your questions answered.
Okay, so I can't see anybody because I've got my screen shared. So if I start making goofy faces, sorry. All
We
right,
can't see
so
your screen. I can't
oh,
see your
you
screen.
can't see the screen? Oh no, I did screen
We did a
share.
practice session too. There we go.
Can you
I
see it
see
now?
something happening.
All right,
There
well,
we go.
everyone who already knows me knows I'm not techie. So, all
Oh,
right, so
all right.
Tracy has called us skin ninjas, and so we have adopted it with her permission. So that's what that
Tracy's
means.
cool.
Tracy is so cool. All right, here we go. All right, so this is the topic. We're going to go over how to get results with holistic techniques without spending any money on products or equipment. So we do not care what you are using. There is a way to use every piece of equipment and every type of skincare line or skincare product that you currently have and make it be holistic. You can make anything that is supposed to be holistic non-holistic and vice versa. So this is going to be, I think, so I appreciate you guys taking the time to join us, and I really believe that you're gonna learn some new stuff today. Even some of our students, hopefully, that just recently graduated. We're so proud of them. We just had our first live class, and they the messages that we're getting back from everyone is that we kind of turn their world upside down and rock their aesthetics world, and we're just really excited about that and their potential. So here we go. All right.
Let's do it.
So when I started deciding that I needed to be in the aesthetics world, I wanted to change it and I wanted to shake it up because there was a lot that I didn't like. And so I want to bust through the glass ceiling. I don't want to just raise it. I want to bust through it, okay, with our skill set, with our income potential. And I just really want to just change it in a way that everyone looks forward to going to work. And you are the go-to expert in your community. It doesn't matter if you have somebody that is right across the hall like I do. I've got two people right across the hall from me. I don't care what they do because it doesn't affect me, right? So
Right.
there's a lot of cutthroat stuff going on in the industry, and there's no reason for it. There's plenty of skin to go around, so as long as you know your skill set and your ideal client, it doesn't matter what anybody else is doing. So let's just focus on you and what you want. So if everyone will stay on till the end, I've got a little gift for you at the end. So a little teaser. So I'm going to do my best to keep you entertained here. So here we
What are we
go.
getting?
It's going to be a digital copy of my book. So
Ooh,
yeah,
ooh,
so
wow.
and really it's a pretty short book, but the way that it all came about was I was saying this stuff over and over again. I know a lot of you can relate to this. You say the same thing. You sound like a broken record to your clients, right? So I put a lot of stuff into this book, and there's some before and after pictures because a lot of people just don't think that you can get results with holistic techniques, and it's just not true. So so there's some stuff in there that I think some of you will find interesting.
Oh,
Okay.
listen, every time I have a
Mhm.
conversation with you, I'm like, she's so super smart, you guys. So I'm excited to get the book.
You're sweet.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Here we go. All right. So this is who I am right here, and then this is my partner in crime, Chantel Caron. A lot of you know her. But a little bit about me is that I have taken over 30 years of postdoctorate education, even though I'm not a doctor. I have been trained as I already had my doctorate, and which is kind of a unique situation to be in. I did that with Western medicine, and I did it also with lots and lots of Eastern medicine. I've trained with 3 different Chinese masters privately, and for those of
Ooh.
you who don't understand how traditional Chinese medicine works, there are no books for these things, right? So
Really?
yes, so if you do it the traditional way, the way it was done in antiquity, you had to be the golden child, you had to be chosen, and
Oh,
then it's a
wow.
verbal, it's kind of like a membership type thing. So yeah, that's how we keep it sacred. And that's why our students have to sign a non-disclosure agreement. And this is why we do an online portion and a live portion for each level. So, but anyway, it's really a gift because up to this point, I'm telling you, some of this information was not shared for more than 1,000 years. Some of it was 700 years. And I was granted permission to share this, to create it, make it my own, and share this information with whoever I felt deserved to have it. And I think that's a great gift for the aesthetics world, because thank you. Yes. See,
I
we have
know.
so much potential in these hands. And I hope I can get you guys excited about your potential here. So now I did own a chiropractic clinic. While I was married. I am happily divorced now, but for 20 years, I owned a clinic. And so I was able to incorporate a lot of treatment plans and protocols and things like that you do as a physician into my aesthetics practice, which automatically translates into being able to teach our students this stuff as well. Coming in once every 4 to 6 weeks or 2 or 3 times a year, that's not going to get correction. Sorry. Acne doesn't go away in one treatment. Wrinkles don't go away in one treatment typically. So we've been able to incorporate a lot of the doctor side of things into creating these treatment plans. Out of school, once I finished with aesthetic school, I opened up a holistic day spa in Tennessee. Had a lot of different body treatments, facial treatments, whatever. But I decided it was time for me to leave Tennessee. I was being held hostage way too long. Came back home, opened up my skin correction practice in Texas. I'm in McKinney. I did not do any advertising. In my first year being open, I hit 6 figures. So that says something right there, because this is a saturated market. And when you know the techniques and you know who your ideal client is and you know who you are and you know what you want to be known for, it doesn't matter who else is standing next to you. Okay. So I really, really want to make sure that nobody needs to worry about how much competition you have. My holistic day spa, I did hit 6 figures. And I was in a town of 7,000 people. The death rate was higher than the birth rate. Okay. And I'm not even kidding. So I just want to show this because it doesn't matter what kind of community you live in. It doesn't matter how, up they are with the technologies. It just doesn't matter. I've done it in the small little dinky towns. I've done it in the massive metropolis. So it doesn't matter where you are. And if you think it does, that's an excuse. I'm sorry. I'm going to shoot it straight here. That we have to get you past that, because your location, I know they say location, but in this situation, it's irrelevant in my opinion. Okay. I have spoke at several aesthetic schools through the years, and I've even was a speaker at some chiropractic conventions. Chantel, our sweet little person over here, she educates for a product line. Some of you are familiar with that, but even though she is still teaching with with her current job with that product line, we are not promoting any line over another. Whatever you use is what you use, and we will make sure that you know what you're doing with it so that you can get the best results possible. Okay, so enough of that. All right, so I want to talk a little bit about some of the differences. Everybody, I have found through the years that people think you're either medical or you're holistic, and you can't be both. And that just it's not true, okay? Medical is they're dissecting, they're looking at treating the illness, they're looking at, putting that Band-Aid on and trying to fix the manifestation of what has happened with the skin or with the body, depending on the discipline. With holistic, we're looking at why is that body or that skin manifesting that acne or that rash or the sagginess. We're looking at everything from, what are they eating? How much water are they drinking? How much sleep do they get? Where do they live? What is their stress level? What are their sleep patterns? Do they wake up at a certain time every night? I mean, so there's so much that goes into this, and it's just incredible when you start looking at, okay, somebody wakes up at a certain time every night. Well, guess what? That's an indication that the body's trying to communicate something to us. And when you go through our program, we make sure you know what that means. We're going to help you to be able to dissect the clues, because everything that shows up on the skin that shouldn't be there, whether it's a wrinkle, a brown spot, acne, sagging skin, I don't care what it is, that is a symptom. Okay, that is not a condition, that's a symptom. And as a holistic practitioner, you want to get to the root cause of it. So let's say you have a headache, you take Tylenol. Well, just because you took the Tylenol doesn't mean that you took care of the headache. It has masked it. Okay, so with traditional aesthetics, when we're doing different treatments to lighten pigment or to bleach it or to peel it or whatever, that is a temporary fix, because everybody knows more often than not that brown spot's coming back. It's coming back in the same spot, and it typically comes back a lot darker. So the reason for that is we did not get to the reason that the body was producing it in the first place. So I'm going to go ahead and click on a couple of these pictures. This client right here, all the pictures that we're going to talk about today are all actual clients of mine. This was one treatment, pre-facial, post-facial, same day. No equipment, just hands, just the technique, okay? Now, does she need more treatment? Of course she does. But this is a pretty significant change without using any equipment, anything. It was just my hands and the proper types of products that she needed for her skin that day. Excuse me. This is obviously an acne client. Before and after picture of this person. We had to monitor and change a little bit of his diet. We had to make sure he was eating enough. He traveled to a different climate. And so when he came back from his climate, from his trip, it changed his skin. He also started training for football. His trainer wanted him to start eating more meat so he could build muscle and all this stuff. And his entire body just freaked out. And so it caused all kinds of depression. It caused all kinds of manifestations on the skin and in the body. And once we were able to get to the reason that his body was doing this, we were able to clear it. Apologize for the darkness. I take all my pictures with my phone. I do not, I used to have a place set up where, let's take a picture over here, but to me, it just seemed too, I don't know, it just seemed too staged to me. So I don't want to do that anymore. This is a picture of melasma. And, I always like to have fun with it, going. But this person, we were able to address why she was having the melasma, and it went away, and it has stayed away. And I think at this point, it's been 2 years. She still comes in for maintenance care, but it can go away very easily. No harsh chemicals, no chemical peels. I am certified to do peels as deep as any doctor out there. I choose not to do them personally. If you choose to do them, that is completely your call. We'll teach you how to use them appropriately given any situation that comes in. This particular picture was same, again, pre-treatment, post-treatment, same day. And again, just with my hands, no equipment, nothing like that. So
That's
clearly we can
crazy.
see, we can see that you are going to get results, right? So you don't have to go through just these crazy procedures unless that's just something that you choose to do. You can absolutely incorporate these into laser. Anybody that has got lasers or whatever, we can work around that with you and tell you how to use them appropriately. Okay, so I want to get you guys excited about your income potential here a little bit. So I know there's a lot of buzz going around about hitting 6 figures and, what does that mean? How many do I have to do? I did start out as an accountant in my previous life. And so I am a numbers girl, and I can work backwards to any goal and show you how easy it is to make it. So let's just say you want to hit 6 figures, $100,000, giving you 2 weeks off here. We know that we need to make $2,000 a week. Divide it by a 4-day work week. You need to make $500 per day. I just pulled a random number, $150 per facial. That's 3.33 clients per day. Whatever number you're charging, divide it by that. You can come up with your own number there. But this is gross, okay? So when somebody says, oh yeah, you can hit 6 figures, you got to take into account your overhead. So if you're wanting to give yourself a salary of $100,000, you need to make more, obviously, right? So this is also something that we talk about with our students, and we will help you narrow down exactly what kind of practice you want, exactly what kind of treatments you want to be known as the expert go-to. I am the go-to be-all person for this particular condition, and we're going to teach you how to get there, and we're going to hold your hand the whole way. So you're going to hear me say that a lot. So let's take it up a notch. Let's say you want to hit $250,000 a year. Using those same numbers, that's 8 clients instead of 3. Get your skill set up to where you can do magic. You can set your price. Okay. So there's a lot of potential here. I'm given 2 weeks off on this example, but last year I took 14 weeks off, working 4 days a week. This year I'm going to work 2 to 3 days a week, and I still have everything set up to be able to hit 500,000 if that's what I choose to do. It's super easy. There is nothing special about me. You guys can do exactly what I'm doing. Get your skill set up, and we'll work the numbers out once you get your skills up. Okay, so this is an example of one of my eczema clients. Some of you have seen this picture before. This client did not receive any treatment to his leg. This was strictly through the facial technique that we teach. We reset the body. We did tweak a little bit of his diet, and some of the people at the live class got a little bit more of the specifics on this one, but he had some depression issues. We had to tweak his diet a little bit. We had to increase his water intake a little bit, and once he actually started listening, it went away, and it has stayed away. Prior to seeing me, he was seeing a dermatologist for 3 years, and all it did was get progressively worse. He did have eczema on both legs, but because putting 4 legs together on a picture, it was getting kind of cross-eyed there, so I only took a picture of the one leg, but it clearly went away. You can clearly see it's the same leg because you can see the brown spots there on his legs. All right, let's go into some.
And how long did that take?
Well, when he actually started listening to me, and because I threatened to fire him because he wasn't listening.
We all know that one.
Yeah, I'm good at firing people. So if okay, so once I sat him down, I said, hey, look, you're wasting your time, my time, you're wasting money here, and you're not helping yourself. So I said, if you're serious, I need you to do this. If you don't want to commit to changing your diet, indefinitely, give me 30 days. Do this for 30 days. And he did, and he was seeing changes. So I think from this to this was 60 days. I'm 99% sure that that's right. I would have to go back and look. But this is yeah. I mean, and he was coming in twice a month. So basically 4 visits from this to this. Okay. And he did not change his diet as much as I wished that he would have, but he did modify it. And basically what he was eating was goldfish crackers and red Gatorade. That was his diet.
That sounds like a teen.
Right? Mm-hmm. And so I was like, for the love of guacamole, please make some change.
Gosh, if you guys have questions, please post, because this
definitely.
is super, are you guys intrigued? Who thinks this is really good stuff right now? Please type in the chat box, because I am sitting on the edge of my chair right now, just going, wow. Sonia says me. Francis gives a smiley face. Kendra's like, awesome. Me, love it. This is great. I know, no products, ? Really? Right up my alley, hearts, yes.
Awesome. Yeah, so sure. Definitely, if you guys have questions, interrupt, because I can get off on a tangent and just
skeptical but hopeful. I like talking. That. Thank you for your honesty, Jody. We'll
yeah, definitely.
It does, because okay, is this too good to be true? Come on now, what's the catch here? But,
yeah, well, I think as we get into some of these false beliefs, it'll be a little bit more clear what's going on here. Okay, so false belief number 1. Incorporating holistic techniques into my practice means I have to invest in a product line or piece of equipment. And this is absolutely not true. I mentioned in the beginning, it's not what you use, it's how you use it, okay? So let's just say you take a Chinese medicine practitioner, they're using the Chinese herbs or doing the Chinese techniques, but if they are only going to address that headache that we talked about earlier with Chinese medicine herbs to make that headache go away, but they don't take into account why the body is continuing to produce headaches twice a month, every month, then you're treating in an allopathic way. You're treating just the symptoms. But holistic means we're getting to the root cause. We're looking at, like we said, we're looking at the diet. We're looking at energetics of food, not nutrition. Those are 2 completely different things. We're looking at the energetics of the ingredients and the energetics of the products that you're using, not the benefits, okay? For example, vitamin A. We hear all these great, benefits of this particular product, topically, internally, whatever. Doesn't matter. But if you understand that the energetics of vitamin A is very, very stimulating, and you put this product on a person that is already very, very red and inflamed, all you're going to do is make it worse. Okay. So that's why we're looking at the energetics of the ingredients, and nobody talks about that. And then when you start combining ingredients, then what happens? It changes the nature of it, right? So I like to use the example, if you have a pot of boiling water and you throw a bunch of ice cubes in there, the water that's boiling is the same water that is in the form of ice, but it becomes something different. It becomes steam, right? So you've got 3 different ingredients that are the same exact thing, but they're all happening. Different things are happening with it. We've got different temperatures. We've got different things that can happen. So that's what happens when we're talking about the energetics of the different ingredients. We don't care in Chinese medicine so much about what is the benefit of vitamin A, what is the benefit of vitamin C. We don't care about that. We care what is the nature of it. What is going to happen to the skin if I use a product that is really, really, really calming on skin. Let's say acne, for example. We'll get to acne in a minute, but let's say you have a type of acne that's just stuck. It's cold. It's not moving. Well, guess what? You keep putting cold and calming type products on that skin, you're going to be pulling your hair out because that acne is not going to go away, right? So you have to understand what is going on with the skin. You have to understand what's going on with the body, and you have to understand your products on a completely different level than what we're taught. And, this is no offense to any product line out there, because they just don't know these things, okay? They know what the benefits are because that's what we're taught in Western medicine, and that's what we're taught in Western aesthetics. It matters about the benefit, but it really doesn't. It's really about the nature of the product. Any questions on that? Please let me know, and I can elaborate for you if I need to.
Yeah, please. Sonia just says, I love the idea of working energetically with ingredients. I think it's it's a new or a conversation in skin. I think it's more and more
Right.
people are, it, like we said in one of our earlier talks, like there's no such thing, like it's not alternative anymore, because now it's a way of life where, alternative is like this secondary thing down the block,
Right.
which now a lot of people are choosing this first.
Well, the thing that is funny about the term alternative is Chinese medicine goes back 10,000 years, 12,000 years. Western aesthetics, Western medicine, I mean, it's maybe 250 years old. Okay. Yeah. So this is not a new concept. This is a new concept for us. Okay. We aren't taught these things, right? So this holistic is the way that it used to always be. And when I went back to my training with my masters, I was taught the original way from 10,000 years ago, before all the different Chinese dynasties split, because then you get into different aspects of Chinese medicine. There are some that they teach completely different random things, and it's, there's so many ways that you could go with it. So this is not actually new information. This is actually very, very old sacred information. It's just new to us.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Kendra has a question. She's like, okay, well, how do you know that? And I turned off my video because you were sounding a little glitchy, and I just wanted to have a nice clear stream. So I'll turn it back on toward the end, but I wanted to hear every word you were saying. But so Kendra says, how do you know that those techniques will reach the rest of the body enough to make a visible change, like that leg picture you were showing?
Okay, that's an awesome question.
I'll stop.
Is there more to it? Go ahead.
She just said I would love to offer something like that, but would probably need to do a model, call some to get some before and afters. I'd be hesitant that I would deliver the results on the rest of the body. I think anytime we learn something new, Kendra, there's a learning curve, and for sure. But I'd love for you to answer that for Kendra. Like, how do you know that those techniques will reach the rest of the body enough to make a visible change, like that one in the leg picture? If you can answer that for her.
Yes, absolutely. And if I forget to answer the second part, bring it to my attention. Okay, so basically what happens is We teach you, you know, we've hear some of these companies are talking about face maps and different things like that. Well, there are a lot of face maps out there. And I have only found one face map that is completely accurate. And it is one that we teach in our course. And it has come from one of the Chinese masters that has gifted me with this information. So when you're able to identify what area of the face is having problems, you realize that that particular spot on the face is tied to a certain organ system. It's tied to a certain body system. And it's automatically, it can't not affect the body internally. So when we always talk about skin from the inside out, well, yes, anything you do internally is going to affect the body externally, but anything you do externally also affects the body internally. It can't not happen that way. Okay. When we deal with some of the aspects of looking at, you know, the face and what's tied to what, if you look at a chiropractor, for example, and I can use this example because of, you know, my history with it, but, you know, if you've ever been to a chiropractor, the chiropractor is treating the entire body by way of the spine. And the reason that they're doing that is because the central nervous system is encased in the spine. All the nerve endings come out through the different segments of the spine to control the different areas. So like if you're having wrist pain, for example, that's typically coming from C2, which is cervical 2 in the spine. It's not actually coming from the wrist unless you've had a trauma to the wrist. Okay, so it's going in those directions, but they're treating by way of the spine. Well, likewise, as a holistic practitioner through our course, we're teaching you how to treat all of the skin on the body by way of the face. Okay, so that's how it happens. We understand that it does seem like there's a lot of skepticism around this, and that we accept that because it is a new concept for us to think about, but it just is the way that it is. As far as incorporating it into your practices, what we do with our students, we did this at our last live class, we got input from them on, you know, okay, how do I go from point A to point B? Well, we're going to bridge that gap for you. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to make sure you understand how to do this technique. You're going to practice this technique, but we're also going to provide my before and after pictures using these techniques for the different skin conditions that you're going to be treating, so that you can show real live pictures of people. Okay, and then you will make it your own. We'll teach you all of that. We will hold your hand the whole way, I promise. Before this webinar, I had 10 text messages and emails from the students with questions. I'm completely devoted to helping you guys out with this. This is a process. I've been doing it for a while, so it is second nature to me, but there is a learning curve in the beginning, absolutely, and we expect that and we understand that. So anything that we can do to help, we promise you, this is a long-term committed relationship between us and our students. So was there another part of that question? Did I answer that enough?
Yeah, I think she just said, you know, I think you did answer it about the model and getting the before and afters. Because
yeah, in the beginning, you're not going to have your own, obviously, right? Because you've just started. So that's why I'm allowing my before and after pictures, and we'll give you guys, anybody that decides they're going to enroll, we'll give you the background on the client. So you have information, you can talk educatedly about it, and we'll make sure you have everything you need. I can make that promise to you 100%.
Yeah, and then Shay wants to know, and thank you guys for your questions. I love
yes,
this.
Definitely.
Can you explain benefits versus nature a little more in depth?
Yeah, so when you look at, okay, so the skincare industry always wants to say everybody needs vitamins A, C, D, and E. Okay, that's like a really popular thing, right?
Mm-hmm,
they want to combine them into everything into, okay, this product has everything you need. Well, when you understand that vitamin A and vitamin C are very much energizing, they're going to speed up the circulation, they're going to increase a lot of activity in the body. But vitamins D and E, they're really calming. And so if you mix, you know, stimulating and calming together, you get something completely different than what you started out with. And so we're looking at from that perspective, because then, you know, the benefits, okay, that we're going to we're going to boost the immune system. We're going to whatever. I mean, I can't think of anything off the top of my head because I don't really practice that way anymore. But you look at the benefit of the foods, or you look at the benefit of, you know, you eat fresh fruit, or you do this or you do that. You know, you look at all those things that they say, you know, if you eat greens, it's going to do this. But we're looking at how is the body going to react to that ingredient? How's the body going to react to that food? That's what we're looking for. And we have to put everything into categories. You know, when you're looking at Chinese medicine, we've heard the terms yin and yang. Everybody always wants to say yang because it's Y-A-N-G, but it's actually yang. So Chinese medicine puts everything into yin, yang, and neutral categories. And when we can break down these cases, it doesn't matter what case it is. I can have somebody walk in and within 2 seconds, I know exactly what I need to do to them before they open their mouth, before I see anything on their health history. And that's what we're teaching our students. We're teaching you how to break down these cases so you know exactly what you need to do. When we start looking at all the different product lines are out there, and microcurrent and the different pieces of equipment, the LED, they all have a nature about them as well. They can also be categorized as yin, yang, or neutral. And we show you how to know what those things are. Does that make sense? I hope.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I'm just curious, like, how many estheticians want to get to the root of the problem with their clients? And you might even be thinking of some clients right now in mind, like, you know, and so yeah, Francis says
Yeah.
yes.
Think
And
about that client that's been coming in for a year or however long, and you're so disappointed with your results. They might not be, maybe they're not expressing it, but you are. You know how to get rid of lines and wrinkles on people because it's happened already, right? But why is this particular person, why is their skin being so stubborn? Okay. Chances are it is the wrong product choice or the wrong technique choice, or it could be from an emotional standpoint, or it could be from a stress standpoint. It could be from an environmental standpoint. It could be from so many places. And this is the beauty of what holistic is, because if this doesn't work, do this. If this doesn't work, do this. We don't have any cookie cutter approaches. You know, every single person's skin manifestations are as unique as their fingerprint.
it's so true.
Yes, and to think that every single person that has oily skin needs to use this particular product, it's just insane to me to think that way, because the reason that I have oily skin is going to be completely different than the reason that somebody else has oily skin living in some humidity type place like Orlando, Florida versus a drier climate in Dallas, right? So there's a lot of things that come into play. What kind of foods do you eat? What is the ethnicity? What is this? What is that? So all these things come into play. And if you don't take that into account, then you're only looking at part of the puzzle pieces.
Yeah,
You know?
that's right. Denise, I love your question. She's like, oh, should I send an email with my questions about the class? You know what? We're going to actually talk about the class here. So if you're excited to learn about it, we'll be talking about that a little bit toward the end. So hang tight, Denise.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you have another question? Do you want me to go on?
Kimberly just said, this is the route I've been trying to go.
Awesome.
I'm receiving a lot of skepticism and resistance from my clients. How do we overcome that? That's actually a really good question.
That's a very good question, because there are a lot of people, you know, if they don't understand it, they fear it, right? Or I know that there are a lot of times when, and I feel this way too. There are certain times that, you know, you tie in holistic and all of a sudden they think you're weird and you're doing voodoo and you're doing this and you're doing that. You know, that's just not what it is. So we teach you how to communicate with them. But you know what? In the beginning, all I would tell them is, you know what, I've learned a new technique that is more advanced, it's more corrective, and so I'm going to do my massage technique a little bit differently on you today. You know, it's going to be relaxing, it's going to be very calming, nothing hurts. So they don't care as long as they feel good, right? But as you get more confident with your skill set and you feel more confident with things, we absolutely are going to tell you how to communicate with your clients. I don't tell all of my clients every single thing that I'm doing. I have some clients that are a little bit more educated than others. I have some people that are a little bit more open and they want to know every single thing I'm doing and what does it mean and blah, blah, blah. Well, of course, I'm not going to tell them everything, because a lot of that is sacred information I can't share. But what I can tell them is your body has an out of balance. If you have pigment, if you have puffiness, dryness, combination skin, wrinkles, sagging, if you have anything that shows up on your skin that either wasn't there or shouldn't be there, you have an out of balance in your body, and your body is telling us this. My job is to create balance in your body, and that's what I'm doing. And so when we come from that perspective, they're like, oh, okay, you know, that's a different way of looking at it. Another thing I'll say, okay, say you eat a meal and all of a sudden you get bloated, or you get gassy, or you feel you've got constipation, or you've got diarrhea, whatever. Those are symptoms. It's not any different than if you have a wrinkle or a brown spot on your face. Okay. The body's communicating something with you that, hey, don't do that. Don't give me that again. Right. Or I'm going to make it worse next time. Well, the skin's doing the same thing. This is just how it's communicating with us. And once we can learn to listen to the whispers and listen to the clues that it's given us, then we can adapt, and we can give the body direction, and we can restore balance. But if we keep ignoring the whispers, they get louder, right? They turn into to illnesses, and those illnesses get ignored, and then they turn into disease, right? So why not stop it at the source? It's going to show up on the skin typically 2 years before it's going to be actually a manifestation in the body as an illness. Okay. So we teach you how to know. When you look at the face, you can see, does somebody have high blood pressure? Do they have fertility issues? Do they have emotional issues? We can see everything on the face. Everything's right there in front of us. We just don't know how to read it right now. So we teach you how to read it. And these systems of being able to understand what you're looking at will actually show up on the skin, like I said, about 2 years before they'll show up in blood tests, MRIs, and CAT scans. How powerful is that? You know, we know as estheticians that well, I don't think some of us understand how much we're involved with the wellness aspect of the client and building their immune system and keeping them in a healthier state. You know, we know the skin's protecting against the elements and this and that. We know that, but we don't understand to what level. And I'm hoping that by the end of this, you'll have a better understanding that, oh my gosh, I am so much more an integral part of my client's wellness and overall health than what I gave myself credit for, because you are very, very powerful in your skill set. Even if you don't know this technique yet, you're still a very big part of their wellness. And, you know, and I applaud you for being in this industry, because it's not for everybody, right? We've got to give them TLC but anyway, it's a very diagnostic tool, even though we aren't supposed to diagnose. These techniques are diagnostic techniques that are used by Chinese medicine physicians, and they are accurate. They work. So we teach you how to analyze on a different level, and it is off the charts.
Wow.
So,
wellness estheticians. I like that. Can we manifest that, please?
Yes. Well, that's it's a holistic
globally.
Yes. Holistic skin wellness consultant is what our certification is called. And we absolutely want this to go global, because this is all about health and wellness.
Yeah. Denise has a good question.
Okay.
Do you teach oncology related techniques, like post-oncology issues such as like lymphedema and post-treatment? Okay, good.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So,
good question. All right. Sorry.
That's an awesome question.
I know
anything pop up, because I, like I said, I can go off on a tangent and you'll have to tell me to be quiet. Okay. So this is the next false belief. Aesthetic schools and product lines are always telling us that we've got 5 skin types. Sometimes they'll throw acneic in there and drop the oily. But in reality, there's actually 120 that are recognized by Chinese medicine. And, you know, now we can really see why, if I give a person with oily skin, give all my people with oily skin the oily skin protocols and products, now we can understand why maybe sometimes they get more oily, or now all of a sudden they're getting really dried out and their skin's all flaky and peely, and now they've got redness, and now they've got all these other symptoms that are popping up on the face. It's because there's a little bit more to it than what we are told in school. They just kind of breeze over this topic because they don't know it. And we're going to make it super duper easy for you to know exactly when to use what product.
I love it. I think we all learn that when we get out of school, though. We're like, we're just learning the basics, and then we get out and then we specialize in all these different areas. We get help with business and marketing, and look at this. This is amazing.
Well, what I have said for years is that aesthetic school basically give you the license that
Yep.
allow you to get to the courses that actually teach you the real guts of the industry. So,
Amen, sister. Love it.
yeah.
Okay.
So, all right. So, let's talk about acne for just a second. So, estheticians are taught that it's a result of overproduction of the sebaceous glands and overactive skin cells that are clogging the pores. And dermatologists think, and I really should have bolded that because I say that with, sarcasm, they think it's the result of a bacterial infection. But in reality, there are actually 12 types and stages of acne. And any one person can have any of these or any combination of all of these going on at the same time. You're not going to treat all 12 types of acne or all of the stages of acne the same exact way. So then what do? Right? If you know that the reason that they have the acne is not because their sebaceous glands are overproducing, it's not because their skin cells are clogging the pores, and it's not an infection, then what do you do then, right? So you have to understand what each of those types of acne mean. Again, they're clues. What are they telling us? Okay. So we teach you how to recognize, we break it down at the live class. We do some discussion on the online portion of things, but at the live classes where we get into the nitty gritty and we are breaking it down. So we have a list and you look, okay, they've got this type of acne. Oop, this is what it is. This is what I need to do. It's very, very straightforward. So we can't treat it all the same. It's just not, there are certain types of acne that are only 100%. The reason is because the person has emotional anxiety or they're stressed out. Doesn't have anything to do with anything else, just those things. Or it could have something to do with the fact that they don't have enough circulation. They're not in a certain area. It could be that their hormones are out of whack, but they've got other things going on too. Their body's not digesting food. Okay, well, those two types of things, whether they're hormonal or their body isn't processing the food properly, they look completely different on the skin. So then what do? Right? So we show you how to do this. We show you step by step how to make sure you know exactly, without a shadow of a doubt, how do I treat this acne client? Acne is very easy to go away once you know what it is, right? Wrinkles go away ridiculously fast.
I'm coming over.
Yeah. So if you have someone that you've been working with for a while and you're just not getting the results, there's more to it. It's not you. Okay. You were not taught what to look for because aesthetic schools don't know these things. This is coming from ancient Chinese medicine. Okay. So don't kick your butt over this. You did the best that you could with what you had, but now we're showing you another alternative option that will give you more insight. And if any of our grads are online, please speak up and say yes. She's right. They do tell you. They do tell you this stuff. So I don't know if they're on now or not.
I'll let you know when they chime in. But Geraldine, thank you so much. You have a great question too, and she says she's treating acne as a huge passion of hers, and does the course dive into treating teenage acne?
Yes, absolutely.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay,
we don't really, it doesn't matter so much about the age when it comes to acne, believe it or not. It's what's going on internally, what's going on emotionally, what's going on in their lifestyle, their stress, their thoughts, their emotions. What are they eating? How much water are they drinking? What kind of food are they eating? Are they only eating frappuccinos and ice cream? And you know what I mean? So we have to look at all that stuff. Okay. And, it makes a big difference. It absolutely does make a big difference. We have to look at how well do they go to the bathroom. People don't think, well, we got to talk about poop and a facial, but I'm sorry, we do. We have to break this down, and this consultation needs to be more like they're having an evaluation at a doctor's office, because we need to know the same things that the doctors are asking. But unfortunately, the doctors don't know what they're doing with these things that we're teaching, because they don't know it either. Okay, and I know of a lot of Chinese medicine practitioners that have obviously gone through Chinese medicine school. I know a lot of acupuncturists, they don't know this information we're teaching. This, wow. I'm telling you.
When I feel like this is like a secret society.
It really is. It really is. And that's why Chantel and I are both so stinking excited about it, because right now we have 4 people besides me and Chantel that know this information. Those 4 people just graduated in Charlotte last week. Okay, this is Not new information, but it's new to you guys. It's new to the industry. And I do still practice. And I think that's an advantage for you guys as well, because a lot of times, I know I get bombarded with, oh, sign up for this class, buy this equipment, buy whatever. And, no, show me how to use what I've got, right? And you're being taught by people that don't practice a lot of times. They can't relate. They don't know what the clients are saying. They know what they're told is supposed to happen, right? They maybe get some pictures that sent in from estheticians that had great success with it, but that doesn't mean that your client's going to get those same results. But I'm going to tell you right now, I practice, I am very busy, and all of these techniques I use every single day, and I have for years. So I know anytime you have a picture of somebody that you need help with, all you've got to do is send me some information, send me those pictures, and I'm going to walk you through it. You're going to know what to do.
That's it. We have another really good question.
Okay.
Joni, thank you so much. She says, aren't wrinkles and sagging a normal part of aging? I kind of want to know that too. So thank you for asking, Joni.
It has become an expected part of aging, but it is not a necessary part of aging.
Ooh, okay.
How about that?
I posted on social media, I'm like, prepare for your minds to be blown. In this class, how many people's minds are blown right now? Because I know I am. It makes me want to get back in the treatment room.
Well, that's awesome. Yeah, no, we start let's look at genetics for just a second. So everybody wants to be scared. Oh my God, my mom has this. I'm going to look like her. I'm going to have the under eye puffiness. I'm going to have the sag. I'm going to have these same things. Well, guess what? Genetics plays a maximum of 10%. Okay. Genetics are a blueprint to what is going to go on in your body. Now, there are only 6 diseases that are tied to genetics. Cancer is not one of them, and neither is aging. Okay. So if you can understand that epigenetics, which epi means above, so above genetics, this is your environment, your lifestyle, your thoughts, your stress level, your sleep patterns, your elimination, your everything that encompasses your world. That is your epigenetics. And if you can keep your body in harmony, those problems will not exist. If you have those problems and you get your body balanced, you get your body in harmony, the body will reverse them. And that's why I call what I do for aging clients, and here I call it age reversal. I don't do anti-aging, I do age reversal, because we turn back the clock in here. And that any of those conditions can absolutely, under the right circumstances, meaning they're doing what you're recommending, you're using the products and protocol that are exactly for that person, those conditions will go away. If they don't go away, it's usually going to be an emotional issue.
Oh, wow. Okay. That makes sense.
And that has to come into play, right? So if you have somebody that, and we show you where these emotions are, because every single emotion is tied to an organ in the body. Every single organ in the body is tied to an emotion, and a body system. So, you have to understand what that entire connection is as a whole. Once again, going back to that holistic, it's all encompassing. It's everything about them. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah, it does. Okay. So is there any more limiting beliefs?
I don't remember. I got off on a tangent and I don't remember.
I know.
Okay. So no, those were the 3. Okay. So some of you have seen this. This is my client, Sandra. She caught on fire during the motorcycle accident. She was riding a motorcycle. This picture right here is her first visit to me. She was like this, her entire face. I didn't put the full picture on there just because I wanted to point some things out. But her face was like this for 18 months before she came to see me. Her face literally looked like a red balloon that was blown up to capacity. And I could touch her only as gently as what you would touch like a soap bubble if you didn't want it to pop. She was in so much pain. Her mouth would not close. Again, 18 months. The bottom of the left side of her lip was attached to her chin. Okay. She could not keep drool in her mouth, saliva, food. She couldn't bite a sandwich. She couldn't drink without it running down her face. Okay. After one facial, she was able to close her mouth, eat a sandwich. She texted me crying, "Oh my God, you are going to change my life." Who doesn't want to get messages like that?
Okay.
This is another picture.
Facial. I think I missed that when we talked last time. One facial.
Yes. One facial
Okay.
did that.
I am super floored right now.
Okay. Now this
Yeah.
right here,
Yep.
that is scar tissue. Okay.
Okay.
That was so thick and hard, I can't even put it into words, but you can see on
Yeah.
this, it's gone. But when we get to this picture here, these scars right here are literally the size of my pinky. Okay. This is a hole in her face.
Mm.
This is where her bottom lip, can you see how fat that lip is?
Yeah.
That is where it was attached to this part down here. Okay. And then we've got a few months later, look how much it's going. It's melting into the body.
Yeah.
And even more. Now, the only surgery she had was while she was still in a coma. Her eyes would not close, so they did plastic surgery and took some pockets of skin from different parts of her body and did something here and did something up here, and so she could open and close her eyes. She was supposed to go in for repeated surgeries, reconstructive surgeries. And after, I can't remember exactly. I want to say it was about 6 months after she started seeing me. She had an appointment with a Vanderbilt plastic surgeon. And I said, just let me know everything that they're going to do so I can prepare you pre and post treatment, surgery. And she goes, well, why don't you just go with me? And I said, all right, I'll do that. So I did. And when I got in there, the plastic surgeon said, what the hell have you been doing? I mean, you don't need surgery anymore. And she
Wait.
just,
Whoa.
yeah, how amazing is that? And so he looked at me, he goes, what are you doing? And so I, they like to talk above our head, so I talked above his. And he looked at me like a deer in the headlights, and I loved it. It made my heart happy. And, but, I gave her body the direction. Her body knows what to do. Okay. This was her body that had these results. I just gave it direction. Okay. So we've got 50 trillion cells in our body. They all have a memory. They all have a job. They don't need us to tell them what to do, but we sure can get in their way, right? So there is nothing about any of you that cannot get these same results that I got, okay? This is all about, she had just a huge amount of inflammation. We had to calm that inflammation down. She had a huge amount of scar tissue. We had to give the body direction to absorb it, had to melt into her body. They were going to go in, this is what their solution was. They were going to go in and they were going to just cut those scar tissue, just take scissors and cut them. That's what their solution was. And then once that healed, then they were going to go back and do all kinds of different reconstructive things. That's just crazy. But I want you to look at her arm here. Can you see the cursor, how this goes in? She's got an indentation, okay?
Mm-hmm.
This is a result of her accident. Her entire body had these pits, these holes in them, okay? I initially, when I first started seeing her, I could put my hand in vertically into her arm, and it would go about halfway. Not even touching her body. This is growing back. It's forming. Her legs, her thighs, my entire hand vertically would disappear into her leg. And it looks about like this now. It's just incredible. The body knows what to do. We just have to give it direction. If we fight it, it fights us back. If we give it what it wants, it will totally take her back. Now, let's see, I think that first picture was in 85. And this picture is from a couple weeks ago, I think. She was supposed to send me some more pictures, but she forgot. And so I just went on her Facebook page and pulled those ones off. But our bodies know what to do. And if she will continue, I treat her long distance. I don't have to put my hands on her anymore. I do a lot of long distance. I have a lot of out-of-state people. I have a lot of out-of-state people that I treat long distance with consults. I have a lot of people that fly in to come in and get treated. So you can do whatever you want to do with this technique. You can do hands-on, you can do long distance consults, you can do a combination, which whatever you want to do. It's so user-friendly and it's so adaptable. Think outside the box. Don't blend in with everybody.
Yeah, no one's going anywhere. I've never, people are not leaving this webinar, just so you know.
Oh, good. I'm glad. That makes me very happy because I tend to run on and on.
Yeah, we're coming up on an hour.
Okay, I'll talk faster. Okay, so basically, as if I wasn't already talking fast. So this is what we're offering today. So the level 1 course, we have multiple levels for the course, but every level is designed where you don't actually have to go on to learn more unless you want to, okay? So we're not trying to sneak you in and get you in this course and say, oh yeah, well, we're not going to tell you that until level 3. We don't play that game. We're very straightforward here. We're going to teach you everything you need to know to completely turn around your results, to change your practice, to change your lifestyle and your income potential. We did add 6 webinars that are $99 each. I will break those down for you in a minute. And then I'm going to provide a copy of the hard copy of my book that we talked about earlier. And all of that is values at $2,400. But we're not only take the online portion, you cannot only take the live class. It is a package deal. The $1,800 covers the tuition for the live class. It covers everything for the online. It is meant to be a 90-day program. However, if you need extra time, you have extra time, okay? We did not want, we've always been in those classes where somebody holds up the group because they just don't get it. We didn't want that to be the case because there is so much information.
Michelle, we lost you. Dawn is saying, thank you for all the wonderful information. And Michelle, we completely lost you. We can't hear you. Her screen's frozen. Oh no. Uh-oh. She might have gone out and is coming back in. That's why I closed my video, because I wanted you guys to hear every word she was saying. So let's see if she pops back in, because I think she wants to go over those 5 classes, the 5 webinars that you get. That's included with the 1,800. So just in case she doesn't, well, actually I don't have access to that, but what I can show you is, she has 2 ways to pay, you guys. So we'll wait for Michelle to come back, but there is a webinar special. You're getting all of those webinars, including the hands-on, and I believe there's some online portion. And Tracy, please chime in and help me because you took it and you're like one of the 4 people that took it, but you can pay in full. And she also has a 6-month payment plan as well. So that's exciting. And are you back?
What happened? Okay.
It's okay,
yeah,
you're back.
I'm back. I'm sorry. I don't know.
No, it happens. Hey, listen. I was trying to cover for you. I was doing the best I could.
All right.
So go ahead. I'm going to close my video.
Okay. So in these 6 webinars, what we did, they're $99 each, but we're throwing them in for the course if you guys decide you're going to enroll. We have taken Western aesthetics and Eastern aesthetics and broken down different conditions and how Western would approach those techniques and different treatments, and how Eastern would. Okay. So we give you lots of examples. I talk about, how different things about my clients and lots of pictures. And we've had a couple of our students really gain a lot of benefit from the acne one for sure. When you first sign up, there's what we call a drip feature. So you won't see everything right away. But then after I think it's 2 weeks, you'll start seeing more. But when you first log on, I think there's 30 something videos on there automatically. But we just break everything down and, how do we treat based on the way we're taught in school versus what's a new way to do this, where we're actually going to get the results that we were showing you in some of those other pictures.
Yeah, can you go back to that other screen too? Because people are asking. Thank you so much.
Which one?
The one where it shows the full deal. I think that one.
This
The
one?
one before where you get everything. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
valued over $2,400.
Yeah, and so it's 1,800. We're throwing the 6 webinars and the book in for
That's
free
huge.
as a bonus. And this, we'll have another picture of this here in a minute. I'm trying to be respectful of you guys' time because I think I'm going over.
It's
So
okay. They're not leaving, but
oh,
you
okay.
know,
Okay, awesome. But
they do want to know if you get unlimited access to the
yes,
videos.
absolutely.
Okay, perfect.
Absolutely. And the way we
Okay.
have it set up too is you can't go to the next video until you've watched at least 90% because it is a cumulative build. Okay. You have to know what you're doing before you get to the next. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and then again, this is a picture of the certificate that you'll receive. It does look a little different than this one. This is just our example. But this holistic skin wellness consultant, this is what you want to be.
It's the future. It's the way of the future.
Listen, we're going to rock this industry. We're changing it. Okay, so that's the picture that we just showed a second ago.
Who wants to be who wants to be part of the movement? Please.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. We're establishing a holistic movement of estheticians that are on a completely new level.
This is it.
Yeah, so here's the package all together. And
okay.
So first 10 people that want to register,
they're going to get those.
They'll get all these things. Yes. And then I've got a testimonial page as well. These are some awesome, I'm going to move my thing here so you guys can see some amazing testimonials from some of our Tracy Childs.
I love Tracy.
Yeah. Look at Tammy's. This is hilarious. She posted this on social media. She's so funny. But this is yeah, so she's just talking about the online portion. She hadn't even gone to the live class yet. So she's clearly feeling good about her decision.
So tell me about that really quick, Michelle. So everybody, you have to come in, you have to do the live portion. You can't just do the online, correct? You have to do both?
Correct. It's correct. It's a package deal. And we have three hubs that we are going to be going to. We have multiple locations. We'll be doing Toronto, Asheville, and Dallas for starters for the next 2 years for sure. If we start getting an influx of people, let's say we get 40 people that are in Vancouver, for example, then we'll open up Vancouver. But the 3 hubs are Dallas, Asheville, and Toronto. And we're doing multiple classes per year. So you pick which location is best for you. We know that you have to plan this stuff out, but yeah, the live class is where it all comes together. And that's where all the secret stuff is that you cannot. Now the online stuff is secret as well. You cannot share that information with anybody, but that is the foundational, information and the prerequisite basically to get to the live class, so it all makes sense. Okay. So I think everybody's probably had time to read these, and we're talking estheticians 25 years, 37 years, long time, and they're telling us you rocked our world, you totally changed the way we're doing things now. This is amazing, right?
Yeah,
and
sure.
So, I love this picture because it shows the support. I mean, it really and truly, I said it in the beginning, we're in a long-term relationship. We're committed to helping you guys have the results and the practice of your dreams, and the income potential is just off the charts. And, I don't want you guys to be, I see all these posts on Facebook all the time, social media, where what is everybody doing? What's everybody charging? Tell me what kind of protocols you do. Quit following the leader. You be the leader. You stand out. You set the example, right? And, quit blending in with the competition. You need to stand out because this is a completely new skill set for the industry, and it's going to take you places that it's going to make you break down and cry probably. We had that happen in the live class, and we're like, if somebody is moved to tears when they see the potential for themselves, their family, their clients, I mean, that's what we want. We want those people that really are serious about what they're doing.
So if people are signing up today, when's the next live class?
The next live class that they would be eligible for would be September. That one's going to be in Asheville. The next live class is actually The next live class is actually in Toronto, but you have to be in the program for a minimum of 90 days before you can attend, because you need to have this foundational information.
You're hardcore. I love it though. I love it. I think we need this. Thanks for holding us accountable.
Yes, you're going to know this material. you're going to know it. You have no choice but to learn it, right? So yeah, there's no exceptions on that. And then before, like the people that attended the Charlotte class, they're like, okay, I want to do level 2. Nope, you've got 90 days. You've got to put this into motion, and then in 90 days, we'll let you register. So, so we mean it. You have to experience this stuff. We don't take students. We want people that are already in the field. You have to have some experience as an esthetician already to know how this is going to be different, right? You have to know what comes through your door so that you know what do you want to focus on? What do you want to be known for? What do you want to be known as the best of the best at, right? You don't know that in the beginning. You change your mind 100 times. I know I did. So
no, people like, seriously, you've already sold people on that part. Like these people that are on right now, I really feel their energy, talk about energy, but
awesome.
Like they're like, no, we want to be part of this movement. So there's just questions about the payment option. So if they broke it up into 6
yes,
payments.
we're going to break it up. Yeah. So, you know, on here, it's like, make a decision, do your thing or come join our party. You know, we're going to have fun here. So
the payment option, if they
payment
pay in
options
full,
are pay in full, which is $1,800, or they can break it up into 6 equal payments. We don't charge interest or financing. We're not trying to, you know, get anything out of you there.
So that's $300
$300 a month for 6 months. So yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, we just want to make it as easy as possible for everybody.
Okay.
And you know, and it's like we said, it is a movement. You know, we're starting this movement, and we want to raise the bar with aesthetics, you know. And here's the other thing too that really just drives me bonkers. These doctors and all these med spas, have you noticed how many are popping up? It's because they can't make a living as doctors anymore. The insurance reimbursement is ridiculous. Every year doctors get a pay cut, whether you know it or not. They get a pay cut, insurance pays less, the premiums go up, the benefits go down. And so now they're looking for this cash cow. You know, what can I do to make where I don't have to involve insurance and I can make all this money? Well, they're like, oh, hey, I'll just open up a med spa. That seems to be the thing that's going. You know, for the holistic movement for the next up until 2026, it is projected to be the highest growth in any segment of wellness or spa, wellness and holistic stuff. And we are ahead of the game. These doctors are going to have to chase us, and guess what? We're not letting them in. They're not allowed to play with us. We only are offering this to estheticians. You have to prove you're an esthetician. So once you sign up, I will get an email that says that you have registered, and then I'll send you an email asking for your license number and where you practice. And I will be attaching a non-disclosure agreement that you'll have to sign. I don't care if you sign it on your screen, if you screenshot it, take a pen on your phone, I don't care how you do it. Get it back to me, and I will manually enter you and enroll you in the class. Because the way it is, typically you have to go to the landing page, submit all these questions that we need answered, and then you have access. But I'm trying to make this easy, so I'm going to go ahead and you'll as soon as you click to pay, I will be on it. I'm not going to leave my desk until I have everybody.
Like, how do we sign up? You know what, you guys, I was trying to get your free thing in there because the book, but I'm going to have to email it to you. But here, because it's showing some weird link.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, we'll get the link.
You will get it though, I promise. Everyone I'm just going to email it out. But here, let me drop in the link for you guys so that you can go take advantage of this particular deal.
And so when you click, okay, so that's, I don't know, are you going to be able to screen share that?
I
don't know. Let me see if I can screen share it.
Let's see if that will do it. Yep.
You were able to get
it. I can screen share if you'd like me to.
Okay. I've just got it pulled up here just now. Okay, so this is going to take you, that link is going to take you to this. We're actually going to be starting a membership page, which this is the landing page for it, but it's not up and running yet.
We don't see it. We don't see your landing
you can't see it?
No, we just see your screen, your slides still.
Oh, really? Okay, well then I'll let you screen share because clearly I don't know what I'm doing.
No, you don't. Are you kidding? But you know what? You've been sharing here. I'll take it over.
Okay.
And then I will share.
Yeah, because I'm done with the presentation as far as my stuff
goes. So cute. I'll just show you guys.
Maybe I know how to make wrinkles and acne go away, and pigment. Pigment is so easy, but I cannot pull up a link.
Oh, goodness. So let's see. Can you guys see? All right. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Thank you for, and by the way, Michelle will be speaking at the Beauty Business Summit this year. So if you have not, if you want to see her more in action and spend 2 days with her,
Ooh, you guys will
you
need to
get
drink after that, but
Oh my gosh. I am just
buy you
like
a drink.
soaking it up so far.
Okay. So yeah, so
Mhm.
this is the membership landing page that is not actually live yet, but when you click on the first one where it says pay in full, you just click where it says click here, or the 6 monthly payments, either one, it'll take you to the appropriate screen. So if you want to click on that.
Yep. So pay in
Okay.
full. Got it.
And so then you would just put your email address in, your name, and if you can do this, but if you can't, it's fine. You can do it when I send you an email. When you put your full name on there, if you can put your location and your license number on there, great. If not, like I said, no problem. I'll email you anyway. And then your credit card information, and then I'll go in and I'll give you access immediately.
I'm so excited. I swear to God, I'm like this really is a mind-blowing class. Like seriously. Like just potential of what you get the 6 webinars. It's all broken down here on the page for you. Aging lines, holistic, Okay, wonderful. $2,400 value only for $1,800 today. Plus
exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. So like if you scroll down, this doesn't have anything to do with the course at the moment, but this is what I'm talking about, where I want to show you what kind of support, in addition to what I already talked about. Just keep going for me, Maxine.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Keep going.
The FAQs. Keep going. Okay.
Keep going.
This is what it's like when I'm doing
okay,
the
right here.
Oh,
yeah. Okay. This is the part I'm talking about. So we're not actually doing this yet. We're still creating all this stuff. But this membership page, like we're going to be talking about, like we're gonna write articles for you guys so that you can help with your marketing. We're going to do all kinds of stuff based on the education that you have, and we're going to give you treatment suggestions, and we're going to do, oh my gosh, it's just going to be so in depth, and it's just going to be just continued support for you guys. Anything from color theory to feng shui, and I mean, you name it, it's going to be on there. So anytime you have a question, and then also too, what we're planning on doing once we get a bunch of graduates, we're going to be doing a locator. So let's say we're going to start doing some promotional stuff where the general public knows about this particular way of doing things, and they're going to start reaching out and wanting to find estheticians that are actually trained this way. So we're going to put a locator thing on our site. We have somebody that's going to be building us an actual real website. And, we're going to be able to say, okay, this person has graduated, this is where they are. And if we get any referrals, we can refer clients to you. So that's what it's turning into a big community of complete, absolute support. And, we only want people that are going to play with us the right way. So, if you're somebody that wants a lot of drama, we're not for you. So, but if you want to make changes and you want to, we're being serious. We want supportive estheticians, because it can be very cutthroat out there, and there's no reason for it. There's plenty of skin to go around, right? So totally supportive.
Kimberly said I clicked on the enroll in course and nothing happened. Amor said she enrolled. Let me see. What did I do wrong?
Maybe if you didn't click the agree into the terms at the bottom, possibly, because if one person was able to do it, maybe that was what the reason was.
I'm just going to share this link. Let's try this. We can do this. We already agreed that we are tech savvy. Kimberly said she's got it. Yay! Thank you.
Good. Okay, awesome.
Okay, good. Amor already enrolled. Denise said this is amazing. I know Liz is chomping at the bit right now. She loves to be in secret societies. How do we sign up? Sign me up. This is great. And I think Sonia and Melissa are excited that it's in Asheville. Actually, Sonia was excited it'll be in Toronto. But so how many live classes do you have every year?
Right now, we have 3 per level, but like I said, if we're keeping the classes pretty small. So our first class,
what does that mean? How many,
right.
I like that actually.
Yeah, because it's more intimate. So the maximum that we will put in a class is 24, but for the first 2 classes, we kept them at 4. Okay.
Wow.
And then when we get to the third class, when we get to the Asheville class, we need 14 people in there minimally, but we will not go beyond 24 people. Okay.
Wow.
Because we want it to be very, we want to make sure we address everybody. And what is it that you want to get out of this, right? We have our agenda of what we have to cover, but if there's something in particular, let's just say you want to be known as the teen acne expert. I'm going to show you how to do that. If you want to be known as the pigment melasma queen, I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay. So I want you guys to come to class knowing what you want to be known for. If you know what that is, if you don't, we'll help you figure it out, but we want to be able to have that one-on-one time with you guys and to be able to address everything with you guys so that it's a holistic, complete system in itself, just doing that with you guys. Right. So it's not just about teaching you one or two things and then, okay, you're on your own. It's not it. We're here for the long haul.
Right. Oh my gosh, let's just say hello to these guys. I'll put my video on because it's clear connection now.
Okay, good.
You guys, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you for hanging on.
Questions?
Do we have to sign up today? Is there a sign? Okay, so the link will stay up for what? What is it?
3 days.
3 days? Yeah. So you can, you've got a couple days.
Do the payment plan, because it doesn't matter if they do the payment or if they pay in full, they still get all the goodies.
No, of course not. Of course not. Yeah. I'm enrolled to have butterfly. Oh my gosh, Geraldine. Oh, we talked months and months and months ago before this even launched. And we were, oh yes, I'm so glad you're joining. What was the question? There was a question about the live class somewhere.
Yeah. How many days, hours is the live class? Really good question.
Yes. Okay. So level 1 is a 1-day class and it's 9 hours. Bam, 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 bam. 9 hours. So depending on the location, it's either going to be 9 o'clock to 6 o'clock, or it's going to be 8 to 4. It just depends on the Dallas, we have to start a little bit earlier than we have to start at the others. But 9 hours. You will get breaks. We will feed you. We will give you alcohol if you need it.
It's at the end.
Yeah, at the end for sure. But yeah, so it is a full day. And if you choose to go on to levels 2 or 3 at some point, those are going to be 2 to 3 days of that much time. Yeah.
I love all the Denise's on this call. So Denise, she says, as we learn these techniques in education, can we immediately incorporate them into our service?
Yes. Yeah, so what happens is we've got some foundational introductory type videos coming in the beginning, and then we're going to tell you right from the get-go how to start adjusting what you're doing in the treatment room right now, okay? And then you'll start learning different things about, what do these lines mean? What do these features mean? What does this mean? What does that mean? And you're going to see it, and we're going to tell you, again, at this point, this is how you do it until you get to the live class. So absolutely, you can put that stuff into motion immediately. And then once you've attended the live class, then we're going to take it on steroids.
Wow. I love that. Wow. I love the support that you're giving them. And I actually like the 90-day protocol. At first I was like, dang girl, but you know what? I think that sometimes we're just such in a hurry to get to the end because we want to, and we really need to take those steps and absorb and really have it understood in our being. Yes.
Well, and I was the same way in the beginning. I was like, I'll get this information. I want to hurry up and get somebody's acne cleared. Right. I want to hurry up and do this. I want to hurry up and do that. But you know what? Let's look at when you're pregnant. That baby doesn't, from the moment of conception, you've got 9 months. We're developing, we're doing this, we're doing that. And that's basically what we're doing here. We are developing these skills so that you can be born into this amazing healer. Okay. You've got so much potential and you want to do it right. Because if you don't do it right, you're doing yourself a disservice and you're doing your clients a disservice. So it takes time. Those wrinkles, sometimes they can go away with one treatment, sure. But it took more than 1 day for them to develop. Okay. It was a build. The body tolerated and tolerated and tolerated until it couldn't tolerate anymore. And if you look at, symptoms are the last thing to show up and the first thing to go away. If you have pain, let's say you bend over to tie your shoe and you're like, oh my God, I can't get back up. It wasn't the act of you tying the shoe that made your back seize up. Okay. It was your body is functioning at 20% when that happens. It was a constant build. The body is always going to find its way to compensate and try to keep balance until it can't anymore. And then it's going to get your attention. It's either going to be a wrinkle, a spot, a pain, whatever. It's our way of the body communicating with us.
Yeah. Anna Wing, enrolled. And so this is exciting. Thank you for sharing for those that enrolled.
Yes, that is so exciting.
I love it. I love it. Love it. I want to see these aspiring holistic, what are we calling it?
Holistic Skin Wellness Consultant. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. This is a game changer.
It is a game changer.
Seriously.
I'll tell you what, it changed my world. When I first got out of aesthetic school, I will embarrass myself. I had a facial that was $30. And now I have one that's $650. Okay. It is a game changer. I didn't have the confidence in the beginning, but you know what? I don't care who it is. I don't care what they have. When they walk in my door, I know exactly what I can do for them. Exactly. Every single time.
Dang, girl.
That's
I'm
powerful,
like,
right?
Okay, what is she looking at? You know?
No, I turn off my analysis eyes when I'm talking to somebody, because it's really it's a violation, honestly. When you have that level of skill set, it's a violation, in my opinion, to diagnose someone or analyze someone on such a personal level without their permission.
Yeah.
But I will say,
thank you for that. I love the integrity, like how I can just tell that you're an amazing teacher.
Thank you. Yeah, we gotta treat people right.
We gotta treat people right. Gosh, you know, it's like we're all on a mission. That's why I'm so drawn to your work, and that's why I'm so excited to have you at Summit this year.
Oh, I can't wait.
So, well, I'm going to work on Michelle to drop a couple of hints. We don't want any secrets shared, you know, because I get that and I respect that. But maybe
I can give you clues.
We like clues. This is like a game. Are you kidding? Like, I'm down.
Okay, I will tell you, there is a missing link. There are a lot of missing links with the holistic movement stuff, but I will tell you, the main missing link is the emotions. People don't take emotions into account enough. You can see, we show you how, you know, like I've had 3 people that have come into me that were suicidal. If you can't fix this, I'm out. Talk about pressure, right? That's a lot of pressure. But we teach you how to recognize these things. We teach you how to know all these different things that will allow you to be a better practitioner. And, you know, I'm happy to report that they all are alive and well and happier than hell, you know. So, I mean, this is a great thing. But we teach you things on such a level that you're just not even going to believe it. I mean, it's a game changer. It just really is a game changer. And it's very emotional. And when you start connecting with people on this level, they're going to be faithful to you. You know, I went to an AmSpa event. You know, this is where they have like the Medi Spa things for the doctors and whatever. Well, I went. I like to go to some of these events that they just, a lot of times, some of these things just make me mad because of the things that they tell people. But I told you, shoot straight. But, you know, one of the things that they were, you know, they're talking about the different techniques, and they don't know what they're telling people. Anyway, you know, I'm not going to get off on that tangent.
I at least like to believe that people are doing the best they can with what they have.
I think with what they have been giving, yes, right, I would like to believe that too.
Because now you guys that are on the call and that have been on all this entire hour plus, aren't you a different person at the end of this webinar than you were at the beginning? Because I know I am.
So Melissa was saying that it went away. She had a client with cystic acne and it's hurting her. I didn't see the whole thing. What does it say?
I had a client, after I acknowledged cystic acne hurts, her doctors told her they couldn't help her and recommend a mental counselor. Oh my God.
See, that's the doctors do that all the time. If they can't figure out what it is, it's in your head or it's this or it's that, you can help her.
Yeah, no, it's so true. It's amazing how,
and we don't do extractions.
Oh, I'm putting the link in again just because.
No extractions. Extractions cause more damage. They hurt. They are uncomfortable, and they slow the healing process down by a minimum of 90 days.
Wow.
Yeah. And I know somebody's going to say, I'm going to go ahead and stop it. Somebody's going to say, yeah, but don't you have to get that junk out of there? No, the body will take care of it. If you force the body to do anything, it's going to fight back. But if you work with the body,
that's a nice little hint.
Yeah.
But that's really, I mean, it makes sense. I've always been drawn to the Eastern philosophy, and so this is, you guys, I'm very excited for those who have signed up. You have 3 days to take advantage of the special and get those 5 webinars. That's a $2,400 value. You're getting it for $1,800. You can do the payment plan that's $300 a month for 6 months. And as long as they're in the payment plan, can they still start?
Of course.
Oh,
Of course.
sweet.
Yeah, we don't care about that. We want to make it
That's
as
really
easy for you
easy.
as and affordable as possible, because we want as many
Yeah.
people that are in this for the right reasons. We know most estheticians went into this because they want to change lives and they want to help people, and they put all their blood, sweat, and tears into their clients. And you are the people
Yeah.
that we want. And this is one thing that I forgot to mention because I got off on my soapbox. You know, shocker. Okay.
No,
You know, a lot of estheticians too, they're like, okay, well, my wrists are hurting or this, or I'm tired. Guess what? I was doing 16 clients a day and energized. We teach you, I'm not doing that many now, but we teach you how to protect yourself so your energy levels up. You're not going to get the sore wrists and the arthritis and all that stuff. We're teaching you how to get the best results for your clients and stay the healthiest for yourself as well. So that's huge, because I know a lot of people that really, they suffer and they're like, I don't see as many clients as I want because I hurt, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That problem solved too. We got a lot of problem solvers happening here, right?
That's
A
it.
lot of
That's
solutions.
it.
So whether you want to transition into a corrective, this is what holistic skin correction is. This is what we're teaching, holistic skin correction, okay? And if you want to be hands-on, awesome. If you want to close your practice down at some point and do only long distance or online consults, that's a total, hey, it doesn't matter. You're going to analyze them the same way. Okay.
I see multiple business models here, you guys.
There's,
Do you guys see
oh
it?
my gosh, yeah, there are so many. That's what I'm saying. Think outside the box. The days of being the traditional, let me triple cleanse you and, you know, exfoliate and do this and do that. And while you're masked, I'm going to go outside and return phone calls. No, you keep hands on them. Keep your hands on them.
This
We're making
is it.
changes.
Let's be a trendsetter. Like, not even a trend. This is like not.
We're
Me
leading
too.
the pack,
We
right?
are
We are
leading.
changing the industry. This is a movement.
That's what I said
That's it.
earlier. I'm like,
That's it.
I love it. You guys, thank you for being on an hour and a half.
Yes, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, did we go an hour and a half? I told you I could
so
talk a lot. I'm sorry.
I know, but you know what? People are still on. Like, that's what's
Okay,
so
good.
crazy. So
Okay, good.
thank you.
Yes, thank you
Did we
so
have
much.
anybody else sign up that didn't
I've
say?
seen a
Because
lot coming through. Let's see.
I know. I wanna
Good.
just celebrate with you and just
Francis,
say, like, I want to high five
Liz,
you
Geraldine,
right
Kimberly
now.
Ann,
Liz did.
Melissa, Anna,
You're gonna do my
Amor,
face when you come over, Liz.
Anna. Yeah,
Kimberly
yeah.
did awesome, you guys.
Yeah.
I am so excited for you guys.
Yeah, that's awesome. You guys have no idea.
Thank you.
It's going to be such a game
Michelle.
changer.
I knew
Thank
you were
you.
a light. I was so drawn to you, and
sweet.
we are just gonna keep rocking it. I'm gonna have you on again.
Okay. Somebody just said they were having trouble, but they couldn't get on. Who was that?
Trying to sign up, but it's not letting me. That's Beverly. Hey, Beverly. I was like, okay.
Okay.
So,
one suggestion that I have is use Chrome. If you're not using Chrome, sometimes Teachable gets kind of jacked up.
My pleasure, Amor.
Yes, thank you so much.
No, my
everybody
pleasure.
that
This
was
is my
on and Maxine.
favorite.
This is fun. But yeah, so try it with going through Chrome browser, and then I would definitely recommend watching the videos through Chrome, because I was having problems for a while there when I was using other whatever they're called, browsers.
Right.
But did she, the person that was having problems, did she?
Beverly, I'll make sure I'm connected to Beverly, so I'll make sure she gets it.
Okay.
And
And
I'll help her.
Awesome.
Melissa signed up. Yay! Geraldine did. Liz did. Okay. Thank you guys. Oh my gosh.
Yes, thank you so much.
Have a beautiful rest of your day. Have fun diving into this material. I'm a little jelly right now. I'm like, maybe I should just quit coaching and like go back into my practice. I don't know.
Okay, so everybody that signed up, you guys will be getting an email from me momentarily. As soon as I disconnect, I'm going to start with the emails, and then you'll have access within the hour.
Okay. Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you so much. It was so much fun.
Oh my gosh, so much fun. Thank you. All right. We'll be in touch.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.